Wasn't at the dinner, but she said she's glad she did not make that dinner that Angela gave because it wasn't, the girls was fighting. But what happened here is that this is virtual reality tea, and they are asking her all the questions that I wanted to know. First of all, we're going to talk about the Peter. Y'all know Peter and Sheree is hanging out, and so they asked her how she feel about it. She said she don't feel about it. She got a new boo, and her and Peter been divorced. Of course she didn't. She been married since then. But anyway, Cynthia said her new boo, they've been together about a year now, you guys. Cynthia, we have watched Cynthia with so many different minions, child. She don't stay in long term relationship with any of those guys. I don't know what the problem be, but you go, girl. Know your self worth. If these men ain't gonna treat you right, you can't worry about what the neighbor says, or you can't worry about what the people are saying. You can't keep no man. If they're not treating you right, I don't blame you. I get the ham sandwich out of this. But let's just listen to a little bit of what she's saying.
Support. I was still getting to know Britt, and she's the one that I wanted to see win, and just support her this season, and just lift her up in a blaze of glory. Like her event, her spot is so amazing, so beautiful. Amazing. Yeah. We were having the best time, and I just wish the folks.
So you guys know what best time she had. It was a beautiful spot. Everybody know by now that Britt had threatened Kenya with a pow pow. Well, I might thought it was over with because I was saying Kenya sure did handle herself well. She did not like Britt gaslighting her. Britt was outside acting like a maniac. And I think Britt kept on trying to gaslight Kenya anyway because, she was coming for the queen. Kenya kept saying, you just need a moment, girl. You just need a moment to finally. Kenya got tired of it. Said, well, the peasant can't come from the queen. Seemed like that cut through her soul. Britt was so pissed off that Britt was all outside screaming on the sidewalk, but she still had her pistol. But anyway, so this event comes, and Kelly invited Britt out of all people to Kenya's event. But I felt like that was some of production done, or Kelly should have gave Kenya heads up. I would have asked Kenya, could I bring her? But anyway, nevertheless, Britt showed up. Kenya more hair care, Kenya more hair care. So when Britt showed up, Kenya refused to take her apology. But what she did do was show some unauthorized new photos of Britt. So that's what this is why they call Cynthia the flip flopper, because they're asking Cynthia honest opinion on it. And honestly, Cynthia was right. They both was wrong. And that was very low of Kenya Moore. But Britt, you are not. I repeat, you are not a victim.
Just had to stay here. Actually, I wish she had not invited Britt. Like, just not have
Right. I feel like
until
that
she
would
was
have been
ready
more of a mic
to
drop.
be around her, to be honest. Because normally, like, if you feel uncomfortable in a situation, we just say, hey, you know what? I'm not comfortable filming with that person. They cannot come to my events. Matter of fact, I don't want to even film with them for the rest of the season. I think that would have been taken into consideration had that conversation happened.
Because that's what I would being such a fixture of the.
So what if she still would have showed that? Because Brick had walked out the door, and Kenya ball off that poster board. Kenya had to do some deep diving to find that girl new photo, and I don't know who tipped her off. But anyway, they're saying that she's not a flip flopper. If you listen at what Cynthia is saying, the fans are saying Cynthia indeed is right. It's a shame that people keep calling her a flip flopper, right? Because she's not willing to sacrifice her personal belief for you. She just said what she wanted to say and how she felt about it, and she wasn't nasty towards Kendra. Cynthia was honest about her views over the Kenya issue, and I agree with her. Said this fan. I agree what she said. She wasn't flip flopping anyway, so they're on her side. So Miss New Creation said a true friend tells you when you're wrong. I agree with Cynthia. Brick was very apologetic throughout the episode. Kenya wasn't ready to receive it. Yeah. And so then Cynthia was indeed right. It's a shame. People like Kenya and Nene claim she blows with the wind. Do you blow with the wind, girl? Because she isn't willing to sacrifice her personal belief. All right, let's keep going.
No, it feels like she would have been able to do that too.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? Listen, let me say this too. People make mistakes. I feel like Britt's, thing was a mistake. I felt like the way Kenya responded was a mistake, and I really hope that we get to a place, and I'm hoping maybe by the reunion that Kenya will have an opportunity to say what she needs to say.
Do we think it's a mistake that it seems like Portia's dropping Shamir?
Now we're going to get in the Portia thing. Portia, he said, do you think it's a mistake that it seems like Portia is dropping something about Shamir? But y'all know that was very, very shady of Portia. Shamir could sing. When I say Shamir could sing, she can sing, girl. Sing that song, Shamir. So Shamir was so excited around the dinner table, about introducing her song to the girl. Well, Portia wasn't having it. Portia seemed like she was indeed jealous. Portia was kept interrupting her. Oh, is that Drew? Is that Drew? Now, y'all know that Portia and Shamir grew up together with each other, and she certainly knows their voices. If I'm not mistaken, I think that when they were children, they try to have a little singing group. So she certainly knows Shamir voice. And then she's supposed to be arguing with Drew anyway. So why would she want to give Drew credit for that fantastic song? But anyway, people are saying that Portia is not a great friend. People are saying that Portia at this moment was jealous. So let's just see what they got to say. This is Virtual Reality Tea with Cynthia Bailey.
Yeah, as a friend right now, because what is happening?
Oh my God.
Cynthia, what's happening?
Yeah, I'm so and the way she really wanted to hate on Shamia's song at the bank dinner, that was not sitting right with my spirit. Portia, and I love Portia. I'm a fan.
In case you didn't know, this is Carmela Anthony press conference, and the young man that just died, one of the twins' dad, showed up at Carmela Anthony's press conference, so they made him leave. But you guys, You guys, black people in general, is criticizing this family for living in the suburbs. Everybody black don't live in the hood. Both of his parents are college graduates. Both of his parents striving for that generational wealth, that American dream, like most families do. Black people deserve to live comfort and to have nice things too. You guys been putting out false information that this family been using the GoFundMe to purchase homes and cars when that's not the case. They are college graduates. They both work hard for what they got even before this tragic incident happened. Because you guys didn't know, Mr. Anthony is the young man that where the twins was bullying him, and then the twins tried to jump him, and he defended himself. Unfortunately, one of the twins passed. They were Caucasian, right? They say allegedly he stabbed one to death. But what's been going on the internet is that they have used the GoFundMe to buy nice things like cars and homes when it's not true. They always had these things. They always were striving for generational wealth before this happened. Mr. Anthony is a track star. Mr. Anthony has never been in trouble. Mr. Anthony is a straight A honor roll student, right? So anyway, this reminds me of back in the day. I'm a senior citizen where white people will come and tell you don't belong here. Get out. You can't be here. And that's exactly what those twins did to Mr. Anthony, the black guy, right? Try to grab him and remove him from under the tent where he was at a community track meet where he was supposed to be on that meet. But anyway, this is his family speaking out. And Mr. On the other side, you had no business at this press conference.
Injustice. First, the misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Carmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go. Let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchase Escalade, and private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals that escorted Carmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security team. The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But if they have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative. The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if anybody know about this process, they know that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account. But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund. That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, Give, Send, Go, Everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I needed. Okay? So that's what I'm going to say on regards to that. Let me make this very clear. This family never authorized a single fund on the GoFundMe platform. All of the funds that were raised on the GoFundMe were all fraudulent. Yeah, I got you. All of the funds that was raised on that platform were fraud. Okay? The family was the first to report these funds. One of the funds we identified raised up to $11,000. So a post about anything that stated that GoFundMe took everything down regarding Carmelo Anthony, that was at the request of the family and their supporters. This family never tried to create an account on GoFundMe. The Next Generation Action Network is very well aware of the company's policy regarding raising funds for legal defense. Okay? Since this tragedy unfolded, the Anthony family has been subject to unimaginable amount of hate, racism, threats to their safety. People have sat outside their house, sent objects delivered to their door, publicly harassed, online and in person. This is not just about Carmelo. It's about the family who dared to stand and demand justice and a return and receive ugliness that racism in this country still breeds. But let me say this loud and clear. We are not scared. We are not moving. We will not be silent. What I've always said as the president of the Next Generation Action Network, we will never ask the oppressor for permission to liberate our people. We will not ask for permission to stand up for the rights of our children. The Next Generation Action Network has stood on both sides of the fence in ensuring that justice is served. Now, getting to the information that the Next Generation Action Network wanted to share with the public today. And I will go ahead and pass it over to the mother and once I make this statement, okay? All right. There's two more final. For the last week and a half, the Next Generation Action Network has engaged in communications with Frisco ISD to ensure that Carmelo Anthony's due process is not violated. We know that in the state of Texas, there are things that are discretionary things and decisions by the leadership of Frisco ISD, right? There are clear guidance in the state and education code regarding expulsion of a student. We have asked several times. We didn't just rush. We have had these conversations over the last several days. And we have stated that it is just outright wrong to get involved in this. Carmelo Anthony doesn't have to walk. He doesn't have to involve in any senior activities. But Carmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. And if he doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate. Okay? We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation. But Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation. That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And what I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on, I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research. Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off by making this decision that they do not have to make. So the Next Generation Action Network, outside of the legal process, will be going through different avenues regarding to ensure that we fight for the rights of Carmelo Anthony. Okay? So in the next coming days, we will be announcing to the public. We will do direct action outside of Frisco ISD administration office because this is outright wrong. You are getting involved in a process that even the legal process has asked us to respect. And we're asking you to do that same thing. You do not have to get involved in this situation. But it seems that even with us going and meeting or having conversations, they have made their mind up. And we want to make sure that the records, that we talk truth to power in regards. I wanted to lay this out to ensure, because of the sensitivity of this case, there are so many moving factors that I have to explain so that this family does not have to explain. Let me say this about the fourth, and let me repeat this so that you guys can go to the Frisco Police Department. The reason why the family or me or anybody with direct knowledge of this cannot talk about the particulars of what happened in that tent. I know you know this is all law. It's because if anybody tell you there was an adult near or inside or whatever, this current investigation knows nothing about that. Everybody involved at this point of our knowledge are minors. In the state of Texas, you know we cannot release or talk about minors. So stop asking us the question. Stop. It's no. We can't even do it if we wanted to. Okay? We can't talk about it. So don't ask. There is a court of law that will express everything, will lay out everything. We can't talk about it if we wanted to. Okay? So make it clear. Go back, confirm with Frisco Police Department. Go back, confirm with the district attorney. Even in the bond hearing, you didn't see a single thing said about people that was indirect. They're minors. Okay? So stop. The social media, stop. I haven't saw not one person single-handedly get this right in the public. They're minors, y'all. Just stop. We can't. Don't send another inquiry to NGAN inbox. Do this, all of that. That's the reason why we felt like it was important to do this press conference today. We can't talk about it. So if you ask me, I'm just going to look at you, okay? So I'm telling the world, everybody know the state law. I'm not creating it. We can't talk about it. This family can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Nobody, unless you want to be sued. You release one of those 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds and 17-year-olds' name, the law of this land tells you what was going to happen to you. Okay? So don't ask that question. Finally, in regards to this judge, I do not know Judge Angela Tucker. I've never met her, never known her, never been nowhere near her court. Don't know anything about her until we were notified that she was going to hear the writ. But the ugly attacks on her just shows Black America that no matter what you pick in the ballot box, and that is your constitutional right, it's people out here reminding us of the Black struggle in America. This woman is a registered Republican, has been for years. She put herself through school, she raised her family, she did everything. I'm a registered Democrat, proud. I'm the chair of the Dallas County Democrat Resolutions Committee. I don't know that woman. And to call her leftist is just downright disrespectful. The bond that was given is according to law and consistency with practice. If Aaron Dean can get a $300,000 bond when he killed a Tatiana Jefferson, Carmelo Anthony can get a $250,000. If Amber Geiger can get a $200,000 bond when she kills Botham Judge in his own home, he can get a $250,000. If Roy Oliver can get a $250,000 bond after he kills Jordan Edwards, all white officers, why couldn't Carmelo Anthony be entitled? A child with no background, no criminal background, no endangerment to the community, none whatsoever, be placed on a ELM and brought home. Please help me understand. Make this make sense. It's consistency. It's consistent with practice. After this, y'all, so that we'll know, this will be our final press conference until this trial. We will not speak to the media again after this, okay? Don't ask for comment, question, or whatever it is. The actions that the Next Generation Action Network take on Frisco ISD will be separate from the legal process because we want to make sure that Carmelo Anthony's due process, this is going to be a jury case. And then let me make this very clear. This is a case that has not even been indicted. So, under the guise of Texas law, it's not even really proceeding to a trial yet because it has not even went through a grand jury.
So as y'all can see, people been committing fraud when it comes to collecting the GoFundMe that the family